Hi all, I wanted to make a quick video about two indicators that was suggested to me yesterday by one of our subscribers. His name is Mohan, and I'm thankful to Mohan to letting us know about this idea of two indicators. Now, before I begin, I would just like to mention that this is an educational channel. All views expressed over here are only for the sake of education. Please read the disclaimer that you see on the screen. Also read the disclaimer in the description below. With that said, let's proceed. So as you can see on my screen now, I've got the spot chart of Nifty Bank spot chart open. We are on the 5-minute time frame, and the two indicators that Mohan suggested to use together are Bollinger Bands and ultimate RSI. So let's set up this page with those two indicators. The first indicator we will use is Bollinger Band. If you type in BB, you will get this Bollinger Band. Now Bollinger Band is a default indicator and it comes in all trading platforms. You don't need TradingView to use Bollinger Bands. You can use Bollinger Band. All trading platforms have Bollinger Band. We will again not make any changes in the Bollinger Band and let it be at its default settings. The other indicator that we'll use, and this is where it gets interesting, is called ultimate. This is the one, ultimate RSI by Lux Algo. This one over here called ultimate RSI by Lux Algo. The creator is Lux Algo, all right, and it's called ultimate RSI. We click on this. Again, we do not want to make any changes. The indicator is perfect the way it is. All right, we don't need to make any changes. Now, since you're restricted to two free indicators while you're using TradingView on the free version, I would suggest that just use these two indicators and that should do for you. All right. However, if you're on the paid version, then you can make the changes that I am going to add now. All right. So I'll show you the way I would use these two indicators. I'm very familiar with Bollinger Bands. So let's see how I would use it. Okay. The first thing that I would do is I would split the page in two. This is how I generally use indicators. So I'll split the page in two. And this is what I'll get. On the right hand side, I'll use Nifty Bank, and on the left hand side, I'll use Nifty. And this is how it will look. Now, really speaking, you don't need more than this. However, now let's proceed with people who have got the paid version. All right. The other indicator that I generally use is SMMA. All right. So indicators SMMA. I use SMMA in its default settings. So I'll just change the color of the SMMA so that it's a little more visible. And I shall make it a little more thicker so that we are able to note it. Inputs, I will not change anything. The length is by default 7. I will leave it at 7. Okay. I just uncheck this label and prices over here and we click on OK. Now, if you notice, the center line of the Bollinger Band and the way SMMA 7 moves, they're pretty similar, right? And I've noted this even on EMAs and simple moving average. SMA 7 is more or less equal to EMA 9, which is the default setting for EMA, and SMA 9, which is simple moving average 9, which is the default setting for simple moving average. So Bollinger Band default is very similar to SMMA 7, which is very similar to EMA 9, which is very similar to SMA 9. These are all in its default settings. All right. Now, I personally don't like this upper and lower band of the Bollinger Band. So what I'll do is I will get rid of Bollinger Band, and to replace the center line of the Bollinger Band, I have got SMA 7. All right, so I would get rid of the Bollinger Band, and this is how my chart would look. The other indicator, as you know, I use very often is VWAP. And this is how it will look once I put in VWAP. VWAP will not work in Fin Nifty and Mid Cap Nifty. All right, so if you want to use this for Mid Cap Nifty and Fin Nifty, you will have to use the futures chart. All right, so this is how it would look with VWAP. And the other indicator that I generally use is simple Fibonacci retracement by Trade Chartist. If I add that, it would look like this. VWAP, let me just show you my settings. These are my settings. I only use VWAP. I don't make any changes to the input. Only VWAP is selected, and all of this is unticked. And I've saved that as default. So whenever I click on VWAP, this is what comes up. Similarly, in simple Fibonacci retracement, I have made 3 changes basically. This comes unticked. I have checked it, show 0.886. I keep it checked. It generally comes by default unchecked. Over here, it comes dotted instead of solid. I've selected solid. And over here, labels also is ticked. I've unticked that. And I have saved this as default. So whenever I click on simple Fibonacci retracement, which is an automated Fibonacci retracement, it comes up like this because this is the way I've saved it. All right, so my page would look like this. I would right click this now and apply the settings to the entire layout. So for Nifty also, I will get it like this. All right. So this is how I would use these indicators. The only change I have made is instead of using Bollinger Band, I'm using SMA7, which is the smoothed moving average in its default settings. I'm using VWAP at, with its default settings, and I'm using simple Fibonacci retracement, which is an automated Fibonacci retracement. Again, at its default settings, I've only ticked or unticked a few boxes here and there. At the bottom, the ultimate RSI is at its default settings. What a beautiful chart this looks. All right, it's very this chart now for me is very informative. I can with confidence take trade on this chart. People who follow my channel know how I look at charts. Even the RSI that I uploaded yesterday or day before yesterday, I don't recall. It was that video that Mohan saw, and he told that there's another RSI that is very similar to this, and that is called the ultimate RSI. That's how I got to know about this ultimate RSI, and it was a fact. What I was trying to do with the RSI strategy indicator, which is again a very good indicator, and this is very similar to that, but the representation is very simple over here. All right, and I saw this indicator the entire day yesterday, and I really liked it. So I thought I'll make this video today. All right, so again, the idea was given to me by Mohan. Thank you, Mohan, for giving me this idea of ultimate RSI. It's a beautiful indicator. Thank you very much. And for everybody else, if you're restricted to 2 indicators only, then use it with Bollinger Band. You can also get it in Bollinger Band in the settings. If you don't want to see the upper and lower band, you can do that. So if you're only restricted to 2 indicators, use Bollinger Band or use SMA7 along with the ultimate RSI. If you are in the paid version, then you can use all the indicators that I've shown you. All right. So best of luck. I hope this video was of some use to you. And if it was, then kindly like and subscribe to our channel. Also share it with your family and friends. Please subscribe to our Telegram channel. The link is given in all the description. The link is given in the description in all our videos. And I'll see you in another video. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.